chapter 16, we're almost there. Another good chapter here. Time was a good one, but this one might be more important. Chapter 16 is all about having the right attitude. So let's get started.
Okay, I'll just go with page 165.
Okay.
In the third paragraph, towards the bottom, the last sentence. When you have the ability to change people's attitude in a positive way and make them feel better than they did before meeting you, you'll no longer need to rely on your product being superior.
Okay, great. Let's get that one.
So I like this because, I mean, it takes to work too, but I mean, well, we could use it for work, like when, let's say, for example, you're selling a policy, like if they like you, then they'll buy from you, pretty much, so make them feel comfortable, make them feel like you really care about them. So that ties to work, pretty much. But I mean, it also applies to like real life, like if you're a likable person, like I feel like you'll do better, just because people like and people want to help you too.
Yeah, I think this is a super important chapter, especially for what we do, because insurance isn't like it's not like a product you buy. I mean, it is a product you buy, but it's not a product you actually see. You know, it's not like this purse versus this purse, or like this versus this car versus this car. You like totally see the difference, right? But with insurance, it's just like, it's kind of like vague. It's like, okay, just get a piece of paper with like the company's name on there. So it's so important how the attitude is of the salespersons. That really makes or breaks the sale. And like Blanca said, like what else? Any examples you guys could think of where attitude makes a difference?
Like everything?
Everything, huh?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like parenting, for example, too. That's a good one.
What happens when you have bad attitude?
Well, they don't listen to you, they disobey you, they throw tantrums, you know?
Right.
Or like with friends, when you make friends, like if you're a good friend, you're a good person, you'll keep a friend, you know?
Right.
I don't know, it applies to everything, Dan.
It really does. It's like literally everything.
Yeah.
So just having a good attitude really helps, and something that is even more true when it comes to making money at the workplace. Okay, Jazz, what do you have for us?
I have on page 163. It says, never let anyone convince you that people won't pay more for great attitude and great service. The ability to be positive at all times, whether you're winning or losing, is the one thing that will ensure you winner in the end. So kind of like the same thing that Blanca said, you know, like, just having a good attitude can get you a far away.
Can you give us an example when good attitude helped you?
I mean, talking to customers when they're upset, you know, being nice to them and understanding them. They give you a good review.
Yeah, this one's a good, important chapter for me right now too, because I'm actually kind of struggling keeping a good attitude, because I just had another, so this underrated driver thing, it's cost me $50,000. Okay, so that's a big swing there as far as how much income, like, it matters. So when I get some bad news like that, then I could easily go into like, oh, I'm just gonna be in a bad mood, and it's just gonna be like, mad all the time, but that's not gonna help, right? So I just have to like, I'm still like disputing things and trying to fight for it, and trying to work with like the facts that I have back and forth with farmers. But it's important for me to just like stay positive, because it's just not the first time, not the only opportunity I have. So just looking at the positive, like, hey, even if I get paid $50,000 less than I thought I would, I still have plenty of time to, be productive and not, negatively affect like, a next sales phone call or my mood, because I don't want you guys to be like, because that really affects you guys too, depending on how my mood is. So trying to stay in a good, positive attitude is so important, and it's not easy at all times. For you guys too, like in different areas of your life, sometimes you'll have stuff that's challenging. But to be able to maintain a positive attitude, I learned in the wrong one. It's not easy, but it's so important. All right, so yeah, what do you have for us?
Mine's on page 167. It says, it is not enough just to be positive. You have to actually protect yourself against those who are being negative. Watch out for friends, family, work associates, and others around you who have an agenda of negatively affecting those around them. Attitudes like diseases are contagious. Your enemies are not your problem. When it comes to your attitude, the problem is the people closest to you. I like that.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
I like that one because whether you know it, whether when you're around somebody that has a negative vibe, it feeds onto you.
Mm-hmm.
So then you start feeling negative.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like when you start being around people that are like motivational or like motivating you and they're positive, then it makes you want to be like, oh, okay, positive too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but when I feel like it's true, like how it says like your enemies are not your problem, it's true because you don't, when do you ever see them?
Right.
You know, whereas the people on the daily, those are the ones that can give you that negative vibe, I feel.
Who are some positive people in your life?
My sister.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, even though, like if I'm having like a hard or stressful day, she's like, everything's gonna be fine, you know. Like she always tells me like, good, you guys are fine, like, you know, like.
You guys have people like that in your lives? Sylvia?
Yeah. She's like my, I call her like.
Oh, I thought you meant if I had positive vibes.
No, Kathy's saying that you are positive.
Yeah, I'm like.
No.
Yeah, she's like the opposite of me, kind of. Yeah.
That's good, right? That helps a lot.
Yeah.
So it's good to appreciate those people. You want to call out some people that are negative?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, Dan.
How?
You didn't even say hi to me this morning, Dan.
Oh really?
I don't know, you just can kind of tell when you're like not in a good
Yeah,
mood
when
or
you're not in a
something.
bad mood, so you kind of
You'd be like, hey,
we're all
hi.
like we're all like on like kind of like stepping on eggshells, like, oh shoot, is he mad? Like, you know.
Well, is that being negative?
No, not negative.
Not
it's
negative,
just
Bad vibe.
the vibe.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
vibe.
the vibe.
Awkward. I think we all have our bad days.
yeah.
Like
Well,
I'm very negative sometimes, but I think everybody is.
Well, I think this book is talking about, and about people who are just negative, like bad influences.
Oh, no, no.
Like
no.
even when the
Oh,
friends
yeah.
are like,
No, not you, Dan.
That's so. Stay away from negative people like that. Is that me?
No, the vibe.
Uh-huh.
I guess stay away from me when you're mad.
every Monday.
I wouldn't say I'm mad. I'm just
When did you do that?
just stressed out.
stressed out.
I mean, sometimes I think I'm like, oh, Dan, like on Mondays, but then I'm like, I have no idea what he's going through, so I like think about it
Well,
sometimes, and I'm like,
this morning was $50,000.
and that's why sometimes I'm like, I don't even know like a percentage of what he's going through, so I'm gonna let him like be, because we all have our, days, so
Yeah. I try my best, but I understand that. But I understand how it affects you guys. But I think what would just help me out is just staying positive, and maybe sometimes like I may need a little boost of positivity.
Yeah.
So if I'm going through a hard time, like I think so certain one of you guys do a great job of like you guys would talk to me and then say something or try to talk to me, and then actually Jazz does a great job with this. It's like she puts me in a positive mindset. And I think humor is a great way. Good energy is a good way. But as much as I try to help you guys, sometimes I need a little help too. So we're all in it as a team.
Yeah, because everybody goes through the stress too.
Yeah, yeah,
See.
and some more than others. Trust me, this job is not easy, but that's what I signed up for. I have a lot of responsibility because it's gonna affect your guys' income too, obviously. So just helping each other out. I thought I was doing a great job this morning. Like, I'm not gonna get that mad.
Actually, when you walked in and sat here, I thought, he's not that mad.
I'm not.
No, you
Yeah,
just
so
you just
changed
look
your
like
face a
you.
little.
It's not that you're being like negative because you're not. I think it's just more so like
We can feel
stress
your
and like
stress.
frustration.
Yeah, but I think Kathy said it best. Like, just she's probably going through something that I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So there's no need to be like sensitive about it or like be like, oh no, like, oh crap, like, like.
Yeah.
It's not personal, it's just.
Yeah, it's just definitely not personal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of ups and downs in being part of business, but definitely a big part of running a business. It just comes with the territory, and I've gotten better, and I still need to get better at just, handling my emotions, but not lashing out on anybody. Don't worry.
I think negative, more so like with us, like in our work environment, would be somebody that's like somebody trying to like get you to ditch out of work. Like don't go to work today. Let's like a friend. Like I remember when I was younger, like they used to be like, oh, let's go to the beach. Or let's do this, you know? And I'd be like, okay. And then I would go,
That's the bad.
So that's what I'm saying. That's
Right.
like in the long run, yeah, you see it now as I'm older, like you see it and you're like, oh yeah, I remember I used to do that, before, like I didn't make it a priority to show up every day. You know what I mean? Whereas now it's like my responsibility to show up.
I did that in high school.
That's a great example.
Yeah.
Ditch school.
Yeah, like I used to ditch school. Like,
Right.
oh, let's go late to school. Okay.
Right.
We used to go somewhere, or let's go eat. We used to ditch, my third period was outside of the school, so we
Yeah.
used to leave and come back after it was over. You know, like, just stuff like that, like
Yeah.
being, I feel like being eased into doing something that you shouldn't do,
Right.
that's more like a negative.
Yeah, that is a big time negative. So thanks for sharing that. I think it's a great point, Laura. Okay, besides me, anybody else? You guys have to watch out.
The news,
The news, okay.
so sometimes social media can be very negative too.
Depending on what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, the news gets paid off, who watches, and then just negative stuff just gets more attention, I guess, than positive stuff. So news is a dangerous one. This book does a good job of explaining that.
Sometimes it doesn't have to be negative people. It could be like people that are very positive, like you work too hard, you do too much, and then they make you feel good, but it's actually bad because they make you feel like some other type of way, and that's actually like in the long run bad, but they're making it feel like they're actually the good people. So that's like harder and like something like in disguise.
I get you, yeah. Yeah.
Kind of like parents, like, oh, don't stress too much, or like people that are closest to you, but it's actually bad.
Sometimes it's out of love too. Because they're trying to protect you, but it's just actually what you want to do. Sometimes other negative people that I have to watch out for sometimes is when some people are really good at making negativity funny. So it's kind of like entertaining to be negative, but then I'm laughing at it too because, it is kind of funny to be negative at times. The way someone has a good sense of humor about it. And I get, I don't get sucked into it, I could find it, but that's another thing that I've noticed, that negative people, or sometimes negative you just want to stay out of, but some of them are entertaining negative. And those are some things that we want to stay away from too. And yeah, not just friends, but like Laura said, TV, social media, YouTube, but it's our choice to determine what we want to pay attention to. So just staying away from negativity in general is a great idea.
Like on Facebook, like it's mainly like people that I actually like know. Like social media is more like public, like Instagram, I mean, but like Facebook is more like personal, I guess. And there's always people that post like negative shit every fucking day, and I literally like still follow them, but I unfollow their posts,
Yeah, me too.
so I won't see anything
Me
because
too.
it's annoying.
Yeah.
Like to see like, oh my god, here we go, or like, oh, like they complain about everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? So today I seen like this like thing that it was like from Matthew McConaughey. I don't have it on my phone, but it says something like don't make yourself a victim of certain situations. Like it's not, or something like it's not. You're not the only one like going through it. It's everybody, but it's what you make the best. You need to know what you're gonna do with that negativity. Are you gonna turn it into a positive, or are you just gonna sit there and be a victim?
Yeah, I've done a lot of that where I just unfollow.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, some of it is just so repetitive, it's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
like-
Yeah, I see a lot of
it's
stuff.
like-
I see a lot
but
of
it's
stuff
like-
like
it's-
that.
it's
Like,
like, but it's like, it's not
like a lot about
it's not-
politics, like a lot
yeah,
about
blaming the
politics
government,
stuff.
blaming the
Yeah.
Sometimes, I know race is a big factor in life, but just can't like complain about that, it's like, you're so complaining about racism and which is true, and then government unfairness, which is true, but it's not gonna help to just complaining it, So the better outlook for me is just like, hey, at least I have the positive mindset of making a difference in my life, like I control a lot of things. So when you give the power to other things where like, oh, it's just the way it is, it's fucked up, it's messed up, then you just don't have any control. Hey, this is the way it is, but I still live in a great opportunity here, You know, there's still plenty of freedom in this country. There's so much opportunity here, and look at it as in a different abundance standpoint. You're just gonna change your actions because you're just gonna have more hope. So it's just a better way to live in general too. So yeah, so just you guys be careful of what people you're listening to and make your decisions carefully. All right, Joe, you got for us.
Mine's on 166,
Okay.
the first sentence. My mom told me as a kid, you are the people you hang around with. So I think that's pretty true.
Mm-hmm.
Just like people at work or just outside of work at school or something, like usually hang around, like, I don't realize it, but like they're like motivating people.
Great.
So it kind of like rubs off on you and makes you want to do something. Like Cherry, for example, like I was just like, I don't know, looking for jobs like a year ago, and she's like, just like do this, do that, tell me all kinds of tips, and like got me motivated, and like I got a job like not soon after, like because I took her tips,
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, just like people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people make a huge effect
Yeah.
on your actions too. And that's what I like about our group here is really that in general, with certainty I could say that we have a very positive group. And I love that. And I think you guys are really great influences to each other. I see the fitness thing happening, a lot. That's a subject you guys are talking about a lot. Trying to eat healthy, those are type of things I like to hear. But just being really good influences to each other is so important because not just friends, but workplaces where you spend a lot of time with. So like I just said with my situation, sometimes I need a little pick me up, but I'm sure you guys all always do too. So keep being positive influence to each other, and that's gonna make a big difference in how our agency is gonna grow long term. All right, cool. I'll let you have first.
Mine is on 168. It's tips for having a great attitude.
Okay, great.
So I like all of them.
Mhm.
The number one that Laura was just saying, avoid newspapers, television, and radio. Stay away from can't-do people. Get everyone in your life on the same page where you're going. Avoid drugs, avoid alcohol, avoid hospitals, and then I like that. That was my favorite. Well, one of my favorite because it says, hospitals appear to be sick factories rather than places to heal people. And I totally agree. Number 6, treat negative people like garbage. So, pretty much tell them to be quiet, tell them to stop with their negativity. And number 7, commit to no negative thoughts.
Yeah.
So I guess that's like, he calls it a diet. So I mean, just not seeing anything negative, in one day, like try it a day. So I like the tips.
Okay, me too. Number 5 is your favorite.
Yeah.
Who wants to share their favorite?
From that list?
Number 6.
Number 6?
Yeah, I like number 6 too.
Treat like garbage.
Well, yeah, or like you tell them like, you know what, your negativity is not wanted around here. Bye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why you try to avoid people, like if all they
Yeah,
all they
that's
talk
my-
about is negative, like you kind of avoid them, like, oh my god, they're always complaining or.
Yeah, that's a more direct approach. My approach is more like Laura's. Like I kind of just like, try to avoid it.
Yeah.
I don't say like shut up.
Yeah.
Like that. But in my head, I'm like, oh, watch out! I gotta watch out for this person.
Sometimes, I mean, like this weekend when we were over there, one of Alex's friends, like, he plays about everything. Phil. And I'm like, dude, Phil, shut up. I got so annoyed because he wouldn't stop, and I was like, all you do is freaking complain.
And you guys are in a
And then he just got all quiet, like, I'm like, damn.
Because you're on a vacation.
Like,
what
we're
are you-
here, like, we're having a good time, and all you're doing is being negative, like, this is like, complaining. I'm like, dude, shut the hell up. Why'd you even come? Like, I didn't sound mad, like, in my head. Like, why'd you even come? But I was just like,
Because you're in a tropical beach in Mexico.
yeah,
so-
and I'm like, dude, stop. Like, all you do is complain. And he just took, and Alex started laughing, and I just took quiet. And he just took quiet, like, I'm like, damn. And Alex told me later, oh my God, all you do is complain. I'm like, I told you. I'm like, it gets annoying sometimes, And I feel like people are so, like, they have, like, a guard up where they're like, oh, I can't tell them anything because they might get hurt. But it kind of, sometimes you need to tell them so they can, like, be quiet. Like, because it gets annoying.
I have a number 8 here. What do you guys would think my number 8 is? Or what's the number 8 for you guys?
For
Another tip, how to have a great attitude that's not on here.
meditate?
Meditate, okay, that's a good one. That works for a lot of people. You know, some people do it more than others. Meditate makes people in a calm state.
Something with health.
Health,
Gratitude.
yes, gratitude.
Affirmations, like morning affirmations, like
Oh,
today.
sorry, I forgot already.
Oh, is that what you said? That's what you said, sorry, I didn't hear it.
No. Affirmation, health, those are good ones. But the one I was thinking about is gratitude. You know, because if you had gratitude, your friend wouldn't be complaining there.
Yeah.
Right? He should, like, if I were him, I would be like, man, what a great life. You know, I'm freaking in this beach, great weather, you know, sipping pina coladas. Like, I would not be complaining. I'll be having gratitude. Even here, like, okay, I mean, you know, I don't want to, like, compare us, but, like, well, I'm not in the field, you know, I'm not doing a job that's dangerous. There's a lot of different types of jobs, you know. There's AC here.
That's a
You could pick the smallest things, but you
But
could.
you always shut it off, Dan.
I like the cold. Some people like it.
It's too cold.
Right?
Yeah, it's too cold.
Wear a
sometimes.
jacket.
Me and Black.
Even with
I
the
get
jacket.
really cold.
It's like on Saturdays, I always have to ask, Dan, okay, we turn on the AC.
I will turn it on, right there.
But don't
No,
they turn
we're
it off at
lucky.
1?
They turn it
Yeah.
off.
We're lucky that we're in this office, because if you guys were in the other office, you guys be crying, because I was
It was so hot,
dying
it
every
was
day.
It's hard to be have gratitude.
I would leave my house with wet butts.
Everybody had some type of error except me. Remember? I would like have a fan at the door like blowing at me because I was so freaking. I would tell Dan, I'm gonna freaking pass out. Like it's so
I was
hot.
like, have gratitude, at least we're not outside.
Yeah.
He bought us fans.
That is fans because the AC would always break down.
Yeah. But yeah, if you really, just like if you could find anything to complain about, you could always find everything to be happy about. You have gratitude about. So I'd rather go in that direction.
I think I read a quote before. It always sticks to me. It's like if you don't have gratitude, I'm sorry. I think it says if you have gratitude, you'll forever be rich. Like you'll think that you're rich. Like you'll have everything. But if you don't have it, then you're always gonna be poor. I forgot how it goes, but like it doesn't make sense. But yeah,
That makes sense.
and that always like it comes back because sometimes you just forget. You're in the moment, and then you have to think about like, oh, what do you actually have?
Yeah.
But yeah, I always think about that.
So yeah, thank you guys. So these are great tips. Being health-minded is an important one too, and then affirmations, believe in yourself. You know, those are important things too. So great, thanks for sharing that. Okay, so Marisol. Yeah.
So mine's on page 170, and it's the last paragraph, like the middle of the last paragraph. It says, your attitude and your ability to have a positive influence on the attitudes of others will affect not only yourselves, but every area of your life. Your marriage, your kids, your health, your wealth, your luck, everything. You name it, and a great attitude will affect it. I think it's really true. I really like this because I feel like I'm a really positive person now, like this me, but before I wasn't that positive. Like I would always, something would happen to me, I'd be like, oh, why me? Why is this happening to me or whatever? But I think once I started like thinking in a different mindset, like I'm not the only one going through this, or there's other people that have it way worse, so why am I complaining? And started thinking positive, I just feel like I just became better, like as a person, you know? And I influence other people to be positive too, so I think that's why I like it.
Great. It says everything, right?
Yeah.
What's one particular part of your life you could say being searching your mindset helped?
I don't know. I think one of the people that I influence the most is my husband.
Okay.
Because he goes through tough situations, and then he always thinks like, why me? Or like, but then I tell him to think positive, and lately that has been working for him.
Great.
So yeah.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
Sometimes we forget that, you know, a part of a relationship, you know, helping each other out, and it's a big part of it. And in every relationship, there's one person that's more positive than others. You know, so the positive one really has to win.
Yeah.
I think so. Helping each other out in that way, and who better to help than your significant other. So thanks for sharing that, Marcel.
You know.
Great hearing that how positively helped your life.
Yeah.
All right, Sylvia.
Mine's on 165,
Okay.
and it's just that middle paragraph where it says, remember that a product can be shopped, but a great attitude cannot. A price can be beat, but a great attitude is priceless. I like that paragraph because I've been in situations where there's like a really mad customer,
Here?
and I just, you
Here?
know, yeah,
Okay.
here and then other workplaces
Okay.
before too. But it always works. I always just pay attention to what they need, what they want, and how I can help them, and just send them that, you know, like, hey man, like, my goal at the end of the day is to assist you the best that I can, so I'm gonna really try my best. And, you know, they'll be mean in the beginning, and then like 20 minutes after our conversation, they'll kind of like defuse. Be like, oh, okay, yeah, you know what, thank you, man, I'm sorry, I was rude, you know, I just needed help with this, and la 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 la. And, you know, all that happened because I had that positive attitude. I could have, you know, been like, whatever, and be like, okay, well, what do you want? Well, no, you're wrong, or try to pick a fight. But no, a positive attitude has always helped me in my life, in work and personal. So yeah, you know, just having that sense of gratitude.
Yeah.
It really does help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This book is so sales oriented, but I mean, does this make sense for customer service too? That's
Yeah.
big time, huh?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that attitude is really what makes the difference. For me, that's like the number one thing I look for when I recruit for people. Like, you can know everything about insurance, you can know everything and be so good, but if you have a bad attitude, it's just a deal breaker, because I know in the long run that's not going to work out. I'd rather have somebody with a great attitude that does nothing about insurance than just teaching insurance, because that's something, you know, that's more teachable. Attitude, I still feel like it's teachable. We try our best. You know, some people are more positive than others, but I think that's also something that can be worked on too and improved. So thank you for sharing that. So for customer service, it makes a huge difference. And well, whatever our situation of our agency is, we do need to have gratitude towards our clients. All right, so thank you.
Mine's on page 165, that second paragraph. It starts from the page before, but I'll just read the last part. It says, at the close, I showed him the documented invoice price on the truck with stated taxes of $4,000 and added another $2,000 and said, oh, for me to take care of him for the next 4 years. He looked at me and said, I know I can buy this down the street without paying the extra $2,000. With a smile, I responded, you're probably right, but you won't get me down the street. He laughed and said, I don't know why I'm doing this, but let's do it. And he wrote the check. This reminded me of a couple of times I've had clients tell me, like, I think they're mad and they're telling me, oh, you know, like, I stayed with you many times even though you guys have messed up, or because the prices have gone up, you know, all that to me doesn't matter to me as long as, like, you guys take care of me at the end, which you guys always do. And he, like, said that, and I was like, oh, you know, so, like, some clients even admit, oh yeah, I pay higher than I did before when I got here, or, you know, like, this and that, but they stay with us because they like how we speak, like, Spanish, and that we always end up like helping them at the end and, like, you know, completing what we have to do and keeping our word. So yeah, that kind of reminded me of how it works here in this office.
Yeah, and I love hearing that when I hear clients say that. Like, I get that too. Like, oh, you guys are always so nice. You guys are always, you know, have such a positive attitude. I love hearing that, because that means we're doing our job. And our job is pretty simple. It's just have a positive attitude. What are some ways you guys think that we could show our clients over the phone that we have a good attitude?
It's be positive.
But more like specific in anything.
Ask them how their day was or something?
Yeah, that's a good one. You know, sometimes, like, adding a little extra thing besides just work, you know. You could kind of depend on the vibe of them, but, like, hey, how's work going for you today?
Like, remind
Maybe.
them that they're human too. Like, ask them, like, oh, so how's your day going? Or, oh yeah, I know, right? Like, kind of break the ice a little bit.
That helps.
I even do that with Bristol West and
Oh,
Farmers, and they've helped me out
Yeah.
like better.
Yeah.
They've approved stuff for me that, or they gave me like information, like if tomorrow it'll get approved, you know, like I'm like, oh yay, you know, like, so yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. How you
I get it my way,
Yeah.
you know, like
They're like so professional.
I called before one time. I told her to call, and they said no, we can't reinstate it because the policy got canceled. They had a balance, not at fault thing. And I called, and he said no, but I was nice to him, and he called me the next day. He's like, I'm gonna do it.
Oh yeah.
And they did it.
Wow. Pays to be nice. So not just, not just to clients, but to the rest people, and even to me too, like how you ask things.
I'm always nice to you.
I know, yeah. But, if you need a certain situation, it's gonna help out. So I'll also say how we greet our clients is important too. When we answer the phone call, what we say there, like how energized you sound or how positive you sound, that goes a long ways too, because first impression, so there's consistency in how we answer phone calls, and just, I think, humor is a great way to show positive attitude too. So trying to find areas within the conversation to try to be funny. I think that's a great way to make people enjoy, because this book kind of talked about a little bit too. People like to be entertained. People like to feel good after you get off the phone. So if you can make them laugh, that's like the highest form of making someone feel good. So humor is definitely a skill to be studied. Maria, what do you have for us?
Mine's on 165, the last paragraph. It says, how you act toward others will be how they'll act towards you. Your attitude precedes everything that happens to you in life. If you think about a car wrecks, you'll have car wrecks. If you hang around with negative people, you'll start to get negative. Hang around people with problems and you'll attract problems. So basically just treat people good and they'll treat you good as well. Like if you're mean to them, it just goes back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Just have a positive attitude so that people will have a positive attitude.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that so true?
You get what you give.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not just people, it's I feel like the universe does it.
Sometimes I feel really bitchy, I'm not gonna lie. And I lose everything, I can't find nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I just have a horrible day.
Mm-hmm. Does it have to?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, really?
So it happens to everyone.
You think you've been pretty happy. But yeah, how about you, Maria? Any examples you have of being positive helping you, or opposite way, being negative hurting you?
Yeah, I guess just when something's going wrong,
Mm-hmm.
if I keep thinking, if I keep thinking negative, I feel like it's just getting worse.
Mm-hmm.
But I just try to think oh, everything's gonna be okay, or I'm gonna get through it,
Mm-hmm.
and things slowly start to turn around.
Uh-huh.
And just having a positive attitude might change your day.
Yeah, definitely will. So whatever helps. Okay, for me, sometimes I just like to look up influential people that are doing really successful. They inspire me and keeps me positive too. Hey, if they can do it, I can do it, stuff like that. And there's a lot of positive stuff if you really want to look for it. There's everywhere. So looking for positivity is a really important thing. All right, Martha. That's what I did. Oh, by the way, let's congratulate Martha for selling a big life policy. What was the monthly premium?
Monthly premium $243.96.
$243 a month. So those are the guys who sell life insurance. You can kind of do the math there. So great sell there. Okay, so it's gonna help us possibly get to 200,000. So huge help. Farmers love that too. So yeah, great job there closing that one. Mm-hmm. You want to tell us how we got that one? Because I remember.
Yeah, well, he called and he started talking about his sad story that his wife passed away 2 years ago of cancer, and he had to take care of his 4 kids, and his youngest kid is 3 years, and he had 2 works, and he's been working so hard, to take care of his kid, and they had life insurance when his wife was alive. And they canceled it, and a year later, she got cancer. And obviously, life insurance can approve with cancer,
Yeah.
So, and when the wife died, he lost his job, his house, everything, because he spent all his money on the funeral, and he had anything, no saving, nothing. So it hit him very bad. So it was a sad story. So when I hear him, I advise him, life insurance will help him, because it's not just him now, it's his kid. He needs to think of his kids, because if he died because he's working so much, and I'm like, who's gonna take care of your kids? And he used to live in a hotel, now he's
back in his life. Now he got a very good opportunity and he's making more money. Now he's gonna rent a house, so he's back on track again. So he's gonna be good.
I think what's also, you did a great job of, you kept in touch with him for a long time, huh?
Yeah, 2 months. It takes almost 3 months. Actually, the policy went to not taken. So it's when I call him like, hey, the put has not taken. What's going on? Are you taking or not? So, because it was for 1 million and the payment was $596 and it was too expensive for him. And I understand that, you know, because he has so much of the bills to pay his kids. No one else does for him. So. I give him option to drop it to 400,000, 350, $500,000, and he said like I want to cover my kid like with a good amount. Like what about this much? So finally we found something that worked for him on the monthly payments and as well on the coverage. So he decided to go with $500,000. And the payment is $243 from $596 to $243. That is a lot of help. And their kids are insured, you know, 200,000 or 100,000 each. Yeah. So he's like, oh no, please don't cancel it. I'm gonna take it. Let's do $500,000. Okay, let's do it. So he's insured.
So yeah, so just the willingness to listen to people's stories, you know, I think is a good one that I see that you do. Taking your time, being patient, and then persistency too. So building relationships too, you know, and then making them feel comfortable enough to tell them your story too. And some people want to talk and they don't have anyone to listen to too. So I think those are all good signs of closing big deals, you know, because it takes a lot more effort. And it makes sense because the pay is bigger too. So great job of just staying there, staying on top of it, and getting it done at the end of the day. I gave up on that one.
Yeah, I almost gave up too because he was like, no, it's because, you know, I'm getting this new job opportunity in this month, so please wait. And I mean, I feel so bad because I understand his, you know, he don't have much money and 4 kids. Kids are expensive, and he has another, you know, priorities. So I understand his point of view, but I'm like, it happened before, you know, your wife died, you cancel it, and what about if you never cancel your life insurance? You're gonna be good at this time with that life policy. And he's like, you're right.
And that was way back when you were working on the missing document list. Remember? So you called somebody because, hey, your document's missing.
Yeah,
that's how the conversation got started.
Yeah, it is true. Missing document is true. Kind of.
Yeah.
Calm down, you remember everything.
When it's a $200 life policy, yeah. All right, so Martha, what you got for us?
Mine is the very first chapter.
This page?
The first page, sorry. People will pay more for an agreeable, positive, and enjoyable experience than they will for a good product. Who doesn't want to feel good? Doesn't want to be acknowledged for being right? Doesn't want to be smiled at and agreed with? Show me a person that doesn't want to feel good, and I will show one that you don't want to bother selling. People want to feel good. People are moved by positivity and confidence people more than by great products. There will always be a market for products that make people feel good, but a person who can make someone feel good can sell almost everything. The individual who combines a great attitude with a great product becomes unstoppable. Then I jump to page 162 where it says, a person will spend a small amount of income on a necessities of life and blow his entire paycheck on entertainment. Why? Because he wants to feel good. So pretty much I think that sales or anything in life, it's based on experience.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone buy experience, not just product. For example, me, when I go to where I do my nails, it's not because they do it better, no, because I can find out because how they treat me. Mm-hmm. So they always give me water, they say hi, they're always smiling, and the lady, she always asks, where are you going? And she treat me like, kind of nice. Mm-hmm. So I think the experience is what it makes the sale, not just a product.
Great point there. It's all about people making them feel good. Making them feel good is just by just caring, you know, just genuinely care. So just or just how do you make people feel good? So I sometimes, like, honestly, just kiss their ass sometimes. Hey, that's a nice car. You know, hey, that's a nice house.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You know, but I honestly feel that way anyways, you know, so I'm human, I like compliments, like they like compliments too. You know, so making them feel good it's not bad if it's genuine. I'm not saying like that's a nice car when I think it's.
And you think it's ugly.
Yeah, so I have to find something that I have to compliment. So I'm searching for something. It's like, hey, what can I say to make this person feel good about themselves? What can I say to make them feel like I care? You know, or where do you work? How's it work? Like, you know, what about this? Like, people love talking about their kids. People like getting compliments. So just finding different angles, but showing them that you care and making them feel good, especially for what we do. What we do is like, this chapter is perfect for what we do because some things, like if you're buying Nikes or Adidas, you're just gonna buy Nike because of, you know, because of product, right? It's not because the salesperson is pushing you to that. But with insurance, it's so vague what they're buying that salesperson's attitude is everything. So let's have a good attitude out there, including me. Take phone calls, be happy, and try to make our clients happy because if we have that mindset, then we're gonna get more sales. All right, thank you. Hey, thank you so much for watching my videos. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to subscribe. And then stay tuned for more future videos to help you grow your insurance agency. And also comment below and let me know what you think. Until next time, thank you.